Good morning, Diecast community, Ignition Diecast community to be specific. I'm still working that out. After 2 years, I'm still trying to come up with a standard intro. And I say something different just about every video, so I guess that's the standard. It's Freestyle Friday, which means that we can do whatever we want. Bruce didn't want to be on camera today, by the way. And he hasn't changed much since last week, so maybe next week. And I know I owe you a Lance update too. But I got like kind of a pile of stuff to do today. And we'll do like the glory box is getting full. And I'm going to reach in there and at least pull out one handful. So, and then answer some questions too. So let's get rolling. I got these things, these cardeds that I'm going to unwrap. A Toyota off-road truck. It's not Baja and it's not a Tundra, even though we know it's a Tundra. It's a Toyota off-road truck. That's the official name, but it was previously called something else, like the Toyota Baja or Baja Tundra. This is a fairly old one, 2019, I think. In red. I'll show you that box on Sunday. Sunday's a good day to just like show you stuff. Because I'm kind of lazy. Show and tell Sunday. There's not much to tell besides the fact that I really like Toyota trucks. And here's a red edition. Look at that. I've never seen this one before. 2019, I was not back into collecting, so I missed the hell out of this one. But I have it now. Let's open it up and take a look. Looks just like this one. It's the red edition from the same year that this one came out. It's white. This one was already red. So even though it was red edition, it came in white with some red on it. And I would have to put my spectacles on, but usually it says red somewhere on there. Does it say red? Looks like it says it right there. Red. But I like this truck a lot. I don't like any other. I don't like the any fantasy Baja cars that Hot Wheels makes. I just really like this one because it really looks like the Toyota Baja truck. This Cloak and Dagger. Yes, I'm still sort of collecting Cloak and Daggers. It's been on the back burner for a while. But this is that super cool glow-in-the-dark one. I think the internals glow in the dark. I have to check that out. I have to try it out. Here's what it looks like with the cloak on. Some of these are difficult to get open. That one wasn't too hard. Here's what the insides look like. It's purple and white. The clear cloak. I think this is the part that glows in the dark. So it glows underneath from within. Very cool. One of my favorite Hot Wheels fantasy cars. This and the Skull Crusher. I think I might put my Skull Crushers in the same box with the Cloak and Daggers because I'm not really hell-bent on getting all of either of them. I just think they're pretty groovy. So, yeah, they might wind up sharing a box. This does require, this has a lot of numbers and letters, so I don't want to screw up. So this is the Alfa Romeo 155 V6 Ti. And I'm slowly, it's already split. I'm slowly trying to get all the Alfa GT V6s and this 155 V6 Ti. And since I collect those, I just sort of created an Alfa Romeo box. So the Giulias are pretty cool. We got that like compact red one, and then they came out with a beige one this year. So I grabbed those. I have a couple Matchbox, but I am trying to get all of these because, and I think it's only been released as a premium. So I'm about 3 away from having all of them, perhaps something like that, 2 or 3. But I'll show you Sunday. So that's all I'm going to open today. Wait, okay, let's reach into the box and get one handful of cars. Pretty good clutch. You know what that is? I always forget what it's called. It's from this year. Can't remember really. I have one of 2 different colors in my Hot Wheels hot rod box. What is that called? Mid-mill? Yeah, it's called a mid-mill. I have it in at least 2 colors in the Hot Wheels box. So that one's for sale. That's an easy one. That's softball. Pixel Shaker. It's one of the spin-offs of the Bone Shaker. So it's like a pixelated 8-bit version of the Bone Shaker, the open roof Bone Shaker. As you might see in a game like Minecraft. Minecraft is supposed to look 8-bit, right? Or is it 16-bit? I don't even know. I feel like it just had one of these. Ignition just sold one of these. I don't do Blazer jacked up Chevys. There are Chevys I collect for sure, and GMCs, but not this one or the custom convertible one, like the chop top one. This is from the Stars and Stripes series. I just sold one of these, so here comes another one coming at you at some point today. Side note, well, I'll rant about that afterwards. It's not so much a side note, it's a major rant. It's a major award. This is that gasser, Nova gasser, wagon gasser. Man, 66, I'm thinking. I think it's 66, right? '64 Chevy Nova gasser. I was off by 2 years. And I have quite a few of these. I think I have this one. If I don't, it's a keeper. This can't be that. It can't be. It just can't be. Holy shit. This is the Alfa Romeo GTV6 that I was just talking about. And this is the chase from that World Tour series or whatever. Man, that's cool. I was going to buy this one too. I think that completes my GTV6 run. I just have to get the rest of these. And it won't be complete because, well, I have the new Julias. It's not, oh, it's a logo. I thought that was a paint chip, but it's the logo. Man, how cool is that? Black on black on black on black on black on black. Wow. And lastly, is it a Miata? Yeah, it's a Miata. We'll take it out of the package. I can't really see what the rims are, so I don't even know if it's Hot Wheels or Matchbox. Those look like Hot Wheels MC5s. I don't know what year this is from, though. What's that say? It's a Hot Wheels. And it's a 91 Mazda MX-5 Miata. That's like Gen 1, right? Looks like a Gen 1. So that's the clutch of cars. I'm definitely gonna sell these 4. Might keep this if I don't have it. And oh boy, I'm keeping that one. Jesus. Wow. Okay. Today's feature presentation is this comparison of the 935s. Wait, I forgot this. This came out of the clutch too. And looks like the thing that I call the Chevy Astrovan, but it's actually like a Ford. It's a bit beat up. Definitely not new. And oh wait, it is a Hot Wheels, and it says nothing on the bottom. So I think this turned out to be a Ford something or other, and not a Chevy. Those 80s minivans, they all sort of blur together. Especially the Chevy and the GMC. I'm pretty sure it's not a Plymouth Voyager, so I think this is a Ford, like the one that had the picture on the side, the photo, whatever. All right, here's the comparison. So there's 3 different 935 castings that Hot Wheels does. And I knew that there were 2 distinct ones, but I was thinking that the 2021 and 2022 release were the same car. I had no idea that there was a rebirth, like a throwback version of the 935 that came out in 2019. And it was based on the 2018 911 Turbo, but it was styled after the 935-78. So this is the 935-78. Make sure it's 78. Yeah. And the way that you can tell this one from the others is it has that long tail. The other 2 castings don't have that long tail. And this is from the Ultra Hot series. I have 2 of these. I have one in my Ultra Hots collection, and this is in my Porsche 935s. So I think I'm just going to start a 935 box because my Porsche wall is getting pretty crowded, and this is a good candidate to pull out, these 3 castings. And I won't be completist about it because there's a Toy Fair one that I looked up and it was like $900. So I'm never going to own that one. So I don't think I'm ever going to have all of the 935s. But it is an awesome casting, and I certainly don't mind having a box full of all the ones I can get. So this is the 935-78. This is called the 935. And this is based off of, this just came out of that anniversary pack. Let me find a normal one. Here's a premium one from the Boulevard. This is the 935, and this is based on the actual 70s car. I don't remember the years that it ran, like 78, 77, 78, 79, or earlier than that. I think the 78 was the last one. But this is a depiction, a casting, a model of the actual race car from the 70s. Smooth hood for the most part. And I have 7 of those. All 3 of the Urban Outlaws. Strangely enough, I don't have that 75th anniversary one. I was confusing it with this one because there's another dark blue one that kind of looks like this from afar. And I was thinking that I had it, but this one is not that one. The one I'm missing says 75 on the side. So I will be pursuing that one shortly. So the thing that I didn't realize is that this one, with the indentation on the hood, is actually the 2022 casting, but it's based on let me get my facts straight here. It's styled after the 935-78, but it's actually, the car itself is actually a 911 Turbo, like 2018. So it's a more modern car underneath, but it's styled after that. And I believe it's also just called the Porsche 935. So yeah, Porsche 935. So you can't, I was thinking that these were the same, but they're much different. Bump in the hood. Indentation in the hood. No indentation. Neither one of them have a tail, but the long tail from the 78 casting. So I was lumping these together, but they're two distinctly different castings, both different from the 78. So that's your comparison lesson. I know that's clumsy and I'm kind of an idiot, but I was just sharing something that I discovered. So I'm going to put all these in a box called Porsche 935s and not really be completist about any one of them, but it'll be these three Hot Wheels castings. In other news, I needed to clear off some Camaro space. So this is proof that I do cull some cars from my collection. I realized that the blown Camaro, and the only ones I have are the second tooling with the smooth hood. I'm getting rid of them. I don't want any of these blown Camaros because I don't like the stance. Every single one of them has either a ridiculous stance or dumb rims. So here's two. Why did that get blue? That's weird. I guess the color when I brought this up. Are you seeing that? I'm seeing it in the camera. The color tone is completely changing. Anyway, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these blown Camaros without the hood protruding, or without the engine protruding onto the hood. And I don't like them. I especially don't like this one with the plastic body. It's from some other series, like the pullbacks or the something. But yeah, not crazy about it. Kind of soft on the 80s Camaros to begin with, and that casting is pretty lame. So it's taking up space. And I can part with it. So that means I'm just going to be collecting specific Camaros and not all Camaros, even in the Hot Wheels realm. So I think that's it for like showing cars and stuff. I got 2 questions, which I'm going to answer right now. The first question was, this is so corny, it's like a Teen Beat magazine or something. What is a strange fact about you that most people don't know? Like I think I told you that I floss my toes with my sock before I put my sock on, but that comes from my grandmother because she lived in a farmhouse and the floors were always dirty. Anyway, I think the most interesting thing that nobody believes me when I tell them this, I was conceived at Woodstock. My parents had sex at Woodstock in 1969, in August of 1969, according to one of them, during the Mountain set, the band Mountain, Mississippi Queen, and which was, I guess, Saturday night. And then I was born in May of 1970. So I'm like literally a child of the hippie generation. Nobody believes that though. So you don't have to believe it if you don't want to, but it's true. The other question was, what is my least favorite Hot Wheels casting of all time? And that's tough because there's a lot of them that I don't like. The donut, I don't really like the fast foodie cars. Like pretty much all of the fast foodie cars, I think, are dumb because I'm not really whimsical. I'm kind of a negative, Nancy, pessimistic asshole, and I don't like fun. Like fun cars, like this is badass. But the Donut Drifter, I can do without. Same with the Carne Asada and the Sweet Driver and pretty much all of those cars. The hot dog one, Jesus Christ. Aside from the fast foodies, like the toilet car, the Gotta Go is pretty dumb. Like any car that's like something else that's like looked like some other object from the world is really dumb. If you want to paint the car or like make it far out, like the Altered Ego is pretty far out, but I still like it because it's a hot rod. But these other cars, if you saw those in real life, you'd be like, no, that's stupid. So that's that. And I have to say, an obligatory sentence or two about Ace Frehley, because Kiss, when I was growing up in the 70s, I was born in 1970, Kiss were huge. I mean, the cultural impact of Kiss can't be overstated. It was just like everything. And I started listening to Kiss pretty late because I was a child. So in 79, my Aunt Robin gave me all of her Kiss records. And I guess she'd grown out of them. She was into like Pink Floyd and stuff. But she gave me all of her records and I listened to them nonstop. And then my other grandmother, not the one I would just mention, owned a bar. And I would help her clean the place on Saturday mornings because it would get wild and crazy in there on Friday nights. And one of the perks was the jukebox guy would come by and change out the singles. And he gave me Kiss's I Was Made for Loving You from the Dynasty album when I was like 9 years old. I was like, something new, like that didn't come from my Aunt Robin. And I very quickly, yes, I was buying vinyl records at 9 years old. I bought the Kiss Dynasty 12-inch album because I liked that single so much. I know it's disco, but I was 9. And there's a Rolling Stones cover on there too of 2000 Man. That's really cool. That was my favorite song on the whole record, and you should listen to it. But yeah, Kiss was amazing to me. When Peter, Chris, and Ace left, that was it. I to this day, I have never listened to a full Kiss album that Peter, Chris, and Ace Frehley weren't on. Like, as far as I'm concerned, Dynasty was their last album, and it just, Gene and Paul carried on this like caricature of the band. But I'm a purist. But yeah, rest in peace, Ace Frehley. A human being can't be more loved than him, so there's not much I'm going to say that's really going to matter. But yeah, Space Ace forever. Talk to you tomorrow.